Well, howdy there, partners. Welcome in. Hope everyone is super duper duper. Thank you for putting up with my random schedule change. Digi and I had a photo shoot yesterday, so I was going to assist him with that. I was just a little bit of an assistant, but I hope everyone's doing super. Hope you're having a great week so far. It has been slam bomb bippity bapped for the last week and a half. So, yeah. So I figured that must mean it's time to start a new painting. How neat is that? That's pretty neat. So today, friends, it's pretty exciting. I've been waiting to start this one for a little bit. We're going to be starting...
I'm the trash man.
I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage. Welcome in, Slaz. How's it going? Thank you for that, trash man. Thank you for the dropping in, bippity bop, hi bye. I appreciate you, friend. I hope you have a super duper rest of your day. How neat is that? Getting over a cold, that's the worst. That's the worst. Well, I hope you recover right quickity quack. Bippity bap? Snippity snap. That's it. That's it. That's the one, parlay. I miss you too, friend. I hope you feel better, and I hope we get to see you soon. Like I said, we are starting this... Nope, wrong one. You lovely, silly sausage. You too, friend. Feel better, get some good rest, stay hydrated. Don't do any cartwheels right now. Don't do it. So today what we're going to be working on is this happy little painting. How neat is that? And we're going to be starting with the skull, because I thought, that's a pretty achievable section. Obviously, this is going to be, slow, because it's a hyperrealism painting, but I'm really excited. We are still working on, my, Valora, hello, man, because Valora's my lady. How's it going, friends? So good to see you. We're starting this painting today. I am pumped. Of course, I am still working on my hyperrealism bird painting. So that one is still very, very much in the works, but just off stream. So here's where we're at with it now. The entire first layer is now done in this quadrant. So now I just have to do all the finalizing layers. I have to finish the dress and pretty much everything in this section. I'm guessing, so here's what the schedule's kind of looking like for me. I have an art drop on July 30th, so I am scrambling to get pieces done for that. After the art drop, which is on, like I said, July 30th, then I'm going to take about a week and a half, and I'm going to really buckle down on this painting, because I want to keep the momentum going. I don't want to lose that. But I'm super duper happy. It was really cool. We actually finished this section, finished the first layer on this section last Thursday, so that's pretty neat. So there's lots and lots and lots of things in the hopper right now. But yeah, it's exciting. Valora, how are you doing, friend? What are you up to today? What's the hippity happities? So this is the section we're going to be working on. I physically cut chunks off of my reference to make it just easier to do. So yeah, we're going to be starting this, and the craziness just starts immediately. I am super duper duper excited about this. I think it's going to be a hoot and a holler. And yeah, yet another adventure that we get to go on together. It's an adventure, Charlie. Candy Mountain. Candy Mountain. Yeah, Valora, what are you up to today? If y'all are not following my friend Valora Plays, she is super duper duper. And I loves her to teeny tiny little bits. So if you guys are not following, please do. She's an absolute riot. And honestly, you're not going to have any regrets. Give me a break. All right, so let's get this right. There's a lot of fingerprints on this already, which is unfortunate because it makes it a little bit hard to see those really dark values. Yeah, there's like fingy prints all over this already. Well, you know what? We'll just deal with it. But yeah, so lots of cool stuff. I just started yet another painting yesterday as well. You guys can see that on the instant grandma. Just add water. I actually am starting a painting of a albino deer that we saw at a local zoo. We named him Christopher. He just felt like a Christopher. Anyway, so I turned him into an alicorn, which is a mix between a unicorn and a Pegasus. But because it's also a deer, we're going to call it a dalicorn. It's a dalicorn. But yeah, I'm super duper excited about it. I was having a ton of fun with that yesterday. So yeah, part 2 of that coming soon. I'm hoping to just wrap it up ASAP. But yeah, so that'll be fun. I have that. I have some Lord of the Rings paintings. We have Pokemon paintings. There's probably going to be, if I can manage it, because the art drop is already next Thursday. So if I can manage it, I'd like to get a couple florals in, or maybe another bird painting. So yeah, busy. So we're going to start just by, first of all, getting any dust or schmutz off of this, because I hate dust and I hate schmutz. All right. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a great day. Thanks for being here, y'all. But yeah, really good photo shoot yesterday. We photographed the director of the Milwaukee Ballet. He's a super interesting guy. We did a really creative photo shoot, and I was there to hold the lights, as is my usual job. And then afterwards, I got paid in French fries. Can I wipe off these fingy prints, do you think? Not really. All right, so first things first, let's mix up the colors. I think I'm just going to start with the skull itself, and then we'll see if we want to try some of that really punchy color. Funny thing is, like, I'm looking at the Chimera right now, and it absolutely does not do this color justice. This is like pure magenta right here. It makes it look kind of like maybe a peachy color. No, it's like punch in the gut magenta. Punch in the gut magenta, enter, a. Okay, so let's move the Chimera. So what the heck was I working on here? I got some pretty wild colors. I really don't remember. This must have been, I don't know what this was. You know what? This might have actually been from the bird I was painting last week. Maybe? I don't know. It's hard to say. But it's some pretty wild colors. You're wild. Well, I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. Okay, so let's do a quick little scribble scrape here. But yeah, what's everyone up to today? How was everyone's weekends? It was just slam packed this weekend. I was gone from Friday afternoon, and then I was barely home through yesterday. So it has been absolutely nuts. Lots of painting when I was home. So yeah, it's been super duper busy. PJ, hello friend. How's your day going? Happy Wednesday. Again, apologies for the goofy schedule. We actually had 2 photo shoots. We had one yesterday, and then we also had one Monday, and then we were doing stuff on Sunday to prep for the photo shoots. And yeah, it's been zippity dippity zany. Also, my brother and sister-in-law just celebrated their 15th anniversary. So Sunday evening, my sister and I went to do an escape room with them. So it's like been a lot of socializing, a lot of work. It's been really good. I'm also trying to, on top of other stuff, I'm also trying to be more consistent on Instagram. I'm starting to post on YouTube as well. So if you guys are not following me on the tubes or the Instant Grandma, I'm starting to post a lot more videos, reels, whatever you want to call them. just, you know, to see what happens. And, yeah, so I'm trying to be a little bit more active on there. But yeah, how's it going, PJ? How you doing today? I hope you are super-dooberty-doo. Also, in other news, there is a teeny tiny little toad that lives in my garden. And I named him Rusty Tomato, and he is beautiful. I'm trying to get a picture of him, but I never have my camera, because whenever I'm out there, I'm always completely covered in mud. Mud skidoodly-doo, Mr. Bigglesworth. So I don't really want to have my phone out there, but it's really cool. My landlady let me sort of take over one of the side gardens. And so I planted a gajillion wildflowers out there, and they are coming in hot. Doing great. Glad to hear it, friend. Glad to hear skadoodly-doo. But yeah, I'm really excited about the garden. It's looking super. It's still a battle trying to get rid of that stupid field grass. Even though I dug down to the roots, it's still coming up. Because they can't be beets, precious. We grows no matter what, it says. That's what that's the grass's inner monologue. All right, that's a pretty good clear spot to mix on. So I have to figure out what mushroom color I want to do too. So yeah, it has been a zany skadoodle slam-packed week. And it's not done yet. It's going to continue to be absolutely nuts for like, I don't know, a while. It's going to be pretty nuts. But yeah, it's exciting though. Exciting. Lots of work to do. Lots of fun things coming up. Just hello, friend. Thank you for contributing 48,000 channel points to the Digi Co-op Challenge. For those of you who don't know, when we reach 500,000 channel points, Digi Squatch and I will be playing a Sasquatch hunting game. He'll be the Sasquatch. I will be the Sasquatch hunter or hunted, as is more likely. How's it going today? How you feeling, Justano? How's your week been so far? Again, apologies for the goofy schedule. Just lots of photo shoots this week. Prepping for photo shoots. Rack 3D Fox Studio. Crack, it's so good to see you. How's it going? What are you up to? Yes, new painting. I am pumped. I've actually been waiting to start this one for about a year. Actually, it's been a little over a year. I do have white paint all over me. Hands is contribute to the rest. But the daily limits, I know those dang daily. If we didn't have daily limits, we would already be there as of like 3 months ago. Fox, what are you up to today? What are you working on? Same here. Oh my gosh, there's so much paint on me. Paint on me. Heating up around here, but that'll go again soon, I hope. Yeah, it's been pretty dang roasty toast skadoodly-doo. Last night, though, it was pretty neat. When I was done, I worked until about 8:30 last night, and I was like, I really need to go take care of the garden. Like, it needed water, I needed to feed the plants, I needed deadhead and weed. So I went out at about 8:30 at night, and I was out there past dark, but it was so nice. It was cool outside. There was a breeze. It was like so healing to my mind, because it's been go for like over a week. Well, I don't even for evs. It is. I'm mixing colors. Ooh, I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see. But for those of you who have not seen this, I'm sure you've all seen it, but this is what we are embarking on today. So today we're actually going to be working on the skull, and we'll see how far we get. There's no rush on this. As always, this is going to be a project that we just do our best on. Thank you, friend. I'm so excited. I am so excited. So we're going to start with the skull, and we're just going to have fun with it. But yeah, I'm pumped. Gardening though, yeah, it just sort of resets you. I do want to take a picture for you guys, because one of my gardens, which has more established perennials in it, is just crushing it. It's so beautiful. I have garden phlox, which smells amazing. So yeah, I'll try to bip bop out there today and take a video for you guys or a picture or something. It's been really fun starting from scratch, and my landlady, she's like, I don't care what you plant whatever you want. I'm like, freaking sweet. So I'm planting sunflowers, there's foxglove, cosmos, zinnia, plants that I don't know because it's just in a giant seed mix. So I did what's called chaos gardening. So it's just a little bit of this, it's a little bit of that. Christmas cat, Christmas cat. Hello, Christmas cat. How's it going? Good to see you. Justano, thank you so much for the 60 stream watch streak. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Christmas cat, how's your day going? I have a structured settlement and I need pudding now. So, Seth, I've got incredible news. There is a box of butterscotch instant pudding in my kitchen right flippin' now. Right flippin' now. And it made me think of you. It made me think of you. Oh, it is the best. It is absolutely the best. Seth, how is the you? How is your weekend? How's your week been thus far? How is everyone today? I looked upon the butterscotch and I was like, yes, Seth. But yeah, we are starting a brand spickety spanking new painting today. Pretty exciting. Next Thursday at 6:30 Central is going to be my next shoppy droppy. Drop it like a shop, drop it like a shop. And there's lots of fun paintings that I'm going to be including in it. I just started one yesterday that I plan on working on tomorrow. It's of a albino deer that I turned into an alicorn, so it's a dalicorn. Dominion. That is one big fun. It's so true, Seth. But it's like, it's awful, but it's so ridiculous that it's kind of funny, right? Like, it's kind of funny. So this one I've dubbed Christopher. His name is Christopher. Someday it's going to be, oh yeah, by film students, for sure. So there's this painting. I actually just transformed this painting the day before. I wasn't happy with it, so I just made it more into almost like a still life. So I added sort of a black studio background to it. This one is also going to be part of the art drop. I'm going to be dropping prices and all the information for these. Christopher is beautiful. I got to pet Christopher when he was a freaking baby Christmas cat. I got to pet Christopher, and he was like a puppy. He was like a little puppadeer. He was a little puppadeer. And then, of course, there's these. I have Pokemon pieces to sell as well. So I'm really happy with how these came out, and they were just a ton of fun. So yeah, there's going to be a few others. There's going to be some surprises in there as well. So yeah, that's going to be next Thursday at 6. Oh, yup. I will have to share the pictures. So we went there when he was a baby, and he ran up to the fence. I do have photos of Christopher. Hold on. I does do. Where would those be? Let's see if I can find those. I think they're going to be in my... Christopher. I think it's going to be in my downloads, if I had to guess. Christopher. Yep. Immediately found him. Okay, so here's him when he was a baby. This is baby Christopher, and he ran up to the fence, and he was like a puppy. As I remember, no, his words. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's really bad. I only saw it the one time. So look at his cute little pink nose and his little pink mouth, and he literally was like a puppy, and he was like giving kisses, and he's so beautiful. And this is him when he first ran up to the fence. Ready? Look at him. He ran up to the fence. He licked Digi's camera too. That was pretty funny. I do have a picture of me petting him, but I have to get it from my email. So I'll try to post those on Discord, because I got to pet him. He liked chin scratches. He liked ear scratches. It was the best. A cuddle puddle with Christopher and Jimothy. Jimothy is the most famous raccoon in the entire universe. All right, I think we're going to go with a little bit ice blue for our base layer. Ice blue is made by the Jack Richardson Company, and it's a mixture of phthalo, burnt skadoodle, and titanium white. Okay, you know, I feel like I should, but what is Jimothy going to be doing in the painting? I feel like he needs to be doing something... We'll have to think about it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think Jimothy should be doing in the painting. It's one of those things that, like, I was so... I'm going to say jarred when I first saw Jimothy. I was pretty like, oh no, what? But I've been seeing Jimothy a lot. Leaping the Grand Canyon in arson. He's just holding a Molotov. I just didn't expect to look down and see the word arson in my chat. But I should have. Honestly, I should have. I love the idea of just straight up arson. Oh my gosh. Storming the beaches! Grand Canyon, but add flaming rockets to the motorcycle! I mean, there definitely needs to be flames involved. For sure, right? What if he's just like shooting a fireball? No! Wait, what about lasers? Lasers out of the eyes? I've been wanting to paint lasers. We could do lasers, or we could have him shooting a fireball at like a garbage can. What do you guys think? I do like the idea of the Grand Canyon too. I mean, that would be pretty great. That... It's so stupid, and I love it so flippin' much. We also need to finish the Nazgula corn, and I think it's dry enough to work on. So I'm going to try to actually finish that on tomorrow's stream, because just a reminder, tomorrow's going to be a regular stream at 1 Central. So I'm probably going to be finishing the Nazgula corn. But yeah, so if you guys are wanting to see the conclusion of that, that's going to happen tomorrow. I'm super excited about it. It's finally dry. So I'm painting a lot of unicorns lately. A lot of unicorns. A lot of Pegasuses. That said sugar and spice. And my yearly arson jar. No joke. I'm actually going to bed now. Have a good night, friend. Have a good sleep. Good night, the Slaz. The Slaz. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I am going to put... a teeny tiny skadoodle. Ooh, guys, should we try a new color? So I have yet to try this. This is Jack Richardson's quinacridone Violet. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet, and I think we should try this puppy. Aw, hugs to you, friend. Have a wonderful, wonderful sleep. Much love. Oh my goodness, this tube has not been opened yet, so it's a little bit stucky. No, that's it. It's Jimothy in space. Yep. It's Jimothy in space. But he has like a space. Should he have a space? Actually, let's use a palette knife to get that out. We're going to try some new colors. We'll probably have to do a few tests before we can get this right. But yeah, Jimothy in space. Yes. What if he's shooting laser beams into the sun? Holy gobs of paint. Goodness gracious, great gobs of paint. How's it going, Cody Cameron? But yeah, what if he was shooting laser beams out of his eyes into the sun? How does that sound, everyone? I think that could be, yes? All right, trash can spaceship, yes. Yes. Let me think about this. Yes. All right, this is happening. What if we did an art challenge and we all do a painting or drawing of Jimothy? For next month. Like the end of next month can be our next community night. So like August, let's see here. It's going to be August 27th. I think we're going to do, yes. All right. With food lasers. Yes. Yes. All right. So we're going to be doing a art challenge. The theme, Jimothy. So Digi is in love with Jimothy. He loves Jimothy so much. He is going to be pumped about this art challenge. Pump up the jam. Pump, pump, pump up the jam when you Jimothy stomping. All right, this is happening. This is happening, friends. I'm scared. I'm exhilarated. I'm also scared. I love the idea of the oh, guys, I cut myself. Dang it. So my palette knife is incredibly sharp. I'll be right back. I gotta wash that out and had oil paint on it. All right, I'll be right back. Boy, that thing is sharp. Oh, Cody, thank you so much. All right, guys, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go get a Band-Aid. I stabbed myself with my palette knife. All right. You know I'm back like I never left. I never left. Do. Bickman, hello, friend. Welcome in, Bickman. How's it going, Christmas cat, Bickman? Cody, thank you so much for contributing to the game challenge. Heck to the yeah. We are really getting close now. You know, it's exciting. So we're 83% of the way there. How neat is that? How's it going today, Bickman? Happy Wednesday. Indeed, it is Wednesday. How many fingers are left? At least 5. At least. There's anywhere from 5 to 10. No, I tried to catch it and it got me right in the thumb. It like landed point down into my thumb. It wasn't bad or anything, but because there was oil paint on it, I really wanted to like go clean it out. Because I guess oil paint in your bloodstream is bad for you. This thing, so I've had this same palette knife for, man, it's probably been 7, 8 years now. And because I use a glass palette, it just continuously sharpens this thing. It's like a shiv at this point. Like, this thing is not so crazy kooky talk. All right, so we've got some of that. We need a little, I think we're going to need some green as well. I don't know how far we're going to get with this today. So I'm just going to be throwing some colors at the wall and see if they stick. That is cute. Adorable. I love getting new emotes. It is honestly like getting a treasure. It's like getting a treasure. Beautiful. So I think what we might do is let's start with one of the eye socket skadoodles. And that way we get to play around with a little bit of smoke. So we're going to start... My sketch got really messy, by the way. I smudged the pencil real bad in this section. I was trying to keep it as simple as possible, so I didn't draw in all the sequence or anything like that. But it did get very smudgy, and it got very messy. Same thing with, like, the fingies. Like, I kept messing up this finger, so you can see the line was starting to get really scratchy. And chitty boy, how are you? Anyway, so that's the section we are be working on. Chitty, I hope you're doing super duper, super T2. All right, so let's check out this value here. What value Okay, so it's definitely going to be a very yellow shifted, dull gray, like a mid-tone gray. Ah, neat. Well, welcome in. I hope how's your Wednesday been? How's it going? I hope you're doing a superty flooperty McBippity boppity bee there. How's it going, my friend? Good calm Wednesday. It's been honestly, it's been a little bit chaotic. There's just been a lot. But like it's all good stuff. But it's just been very busy. So I am one sleepy bean today. And hello, sleepy bean. Oh, how can it be? So there we go. I got a little bit of yellow ochre. Some of my ice blue, which is honestly one of my favorite colors. I already need to order another tube. So we're going to start with... wow. Okay, that worked out really well. So that was a mixture of titanium white, yellow ochre, and some of that ice blue. Oh, thanks. Thanks, friend. What have you got going on today? What's everyone up to, and how was everyone's weekends? What'd you do? The weekend was a mix of, like, work, and I got to go hang out with some friends, so that was really cool. It's just really good to see them. I don't get to see them a lot. And then, more work, and then... my brother and sister-in-law just celebrated their 15th anniversary, which is really cool. And I love them to teeny tiny bits. And they wanted to do an escape room, so they invited my sister and I along. And it was a really fun escape room. Oh no, were you sick? I'm sorry, friend. Well, I hope you are feeling all the way better. Hugs to you. That really stinks. Just pumping out art as usual. Love it. Love it. But yeah, it was a really cool escape room. It was like kidnapping themed, but the lights were off and you were like we were legitimately in a padded room, and I've never felt more at home. It was great. It was fan-flippin-tastic. So it was a laugh riot. We had so much fun. And then afterwards, my sister and I went and got French fries, and it was great. But yeah, then I went home and went right back to work. So it's been really busy. But yeah, Bickman, I hope you start feeling much better. It's no fun being sick. All right, so we're going to just make a little value chain here. As the color goes into that shadow, you're going to start to get more saturated color. So like, because there's so much white and there's so much of this ice blue, these are extraordinarily desaturated colors. Basically meaning the color doesn't have as much punch. It doesn't have as much oomph. One of my meds got bumped to a higher dose. Oh no. Oh man. Is it more like balanced now? I'm so sorry. 'Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. Amaze. 7 stream watch streak. Thank you so much. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you're doing good today, Amaze. Good to see you. Bigman, I hope you continue to feel better and better. I know, I've not personally experienced that, but I've heard how awful that can be. All right, let's do a little bit of burnt sienna too, just to darken that and keep it saturated. All right. I am really, really excited to try to get that magenta color too. All right, so we're going to take this same color and we're going to just start to darken it up as well as saturate it more. So we're going to start to add less and less of that white/ice blue. What do you do for work? This is actually what I do for work. I do freelance art. I just started working with my very first gallery that has offered representation. I also am working towards a show in 2028, the beginning of 2028, and I do commissioned work. I do have a Patreon, so I kind of just hustle and do all sorts of different art stuff. If anyone is interested, I do have a Patreon that I need to post a few videos on. But that is a really amazing way to support if it's something you're interested in. You can type in !Patreon. There's never any pressure. And for everyone who supports me over there, thank you, thank you, thank you. It helps more than I can even begin to say. So yeah, I do all sorts of things. I'm also going to be doing a shop drop this upcoming Thursday. So not tomorrow, but next week, Thursday, I'm going to be doing my quarterly shop drop. And that's going to be at 6:30 Central. We're also going to be doing kind of a fun, because the shop drop usually takes about an hour, but it just sort of runs for the whole stream. My friend, Ninja Corn, for my birthday, actually got me this, and this is what we're going to be doing for the project. I'm actually going to move my camera up. Aw, Chitty, that is so kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. So we're actually going to be painting this garden stone, and I'm super duper excited about it. So this is what we'll be doing, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, while the shop drop's going down. We're going to decorate this cute little garden stone, and I have to decide exactly what I want to paint on it, but I think it's going to be a ton of fun. So that's what we'll be doing whilst the shop drop is going down. I do need to get some more acrylic for that, though. I obviously don't want to use oils because that would probably be bad. Yeah, she always gives like the most adorable, fun gifts, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, you do it in oil. That'll be great. All right. So back to color mixing. Do 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 boo do 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 do. Okay. So this is going to be our skull colors, zippity bip 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 bop. We have about 4 different values here to work from. Let's attempt to get this magenta color here. Actually, so I have been thinking about doing a stream about like an educational stream. I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but like maybe just like a run through of like the very basics of oil painting, or, you know, color mixing, just stuff like that. I think that would be a really fun stream. I do have a couple of private students in the state, and they are overdue for a lesson. Which sounds threatening. It's like, you're overdue for a lesson. It's like, whoa. But no, I have a couple of students. I've done a couple like individual lessons where like it was just a one-off lesson. I've done a couple of those. But yeah, some people, they teach like workshops and stuff like that. I think I'd be too intimidated. That sounds a little bit scary. A lesson a day keeps the doctor away, and apparently the prison shivs, aka palette knives. All right, we're also going to use a little bit of cerulean, I think. Because if you want to keep the blue really, really punchy and you want to lighten it, you can actually use a tiny bit. If it's like cobalt, ultramarine, something like that, you can actually use a little bit of cerulean to lighten it instead of a whole ton of white. And I'm pretty sure that cerulean is just cobalt, but I'm not 100% sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's just cobalt with white in it, but I'm not 100% sure. So technically I could probably just take a little bit of that and add it in there, but this is how I'm choosing to do it. How neat is that? It's pretty neat. A lesson a day keeps the doctor away. Better today, hopefully you can eat something later. Other than Pedialyte freeze pops. Oh no, Beckman. Pedialyte freeze pops? Gosh. Yeah, maybe just like some soup or something. Antro, welcome, and pigment websites. Yeah, I do need to I need to look into this. So there's like I don't know if you can see it. It's probably out of focus. Anyway, I should look that up. How's it going today, friend? Welcome in. Hello. Okay. So let's mix up, let's see what we can do with this. So for our blue, it's a very saturated blue. So we're going to grab just a little bit of our cerulean here. But yeah, hope you're having a super day. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. And then I'm going to do a toodle bit of a lighter color. I'm trying not to desaturate it too much because it is a super duper saturated blue. And the more white you add in there, the more it's going to just obliterate that saturumflation, you know. There we go. Whoop, there we go. Now we're in frame. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And then let's attempt this magenta. Grab a little bit of this. I have not used the quinacridone violet yet. We are going to, of course, add a little teensy bit of white. Yeah, the thing of it is, it's almost like hot pink. So I think what we're actually going to have to do is go in with a little bit of our cadmium orange to lighten this. It's not like a purpley pink. It's like a hot pink. So let's try, and it could be that I just simply cannot hit that color. I mean, I won't be able to hit it on the first layer for sure. This is going to be an insanely punchy color. So let's try a little bit of our quinacridone magenta and a little bit of cadmium orange and see what that does. Okay, that cadmium is just kind of obliterating that color. So let's go in. And this is going to be one of those things I'm probably just going to have to try a whole bunch of different colors and see what works. Now, they do actually make fluorescent oil paints. However, they do not last for a long time. They actually fade quite quickly. Some of them, I've been told, can fade within a year. Okay, that's pretty close. This right here, that's pretty dang close. All right, we're going to go with that. And we'll just see if we can make that work. This is going to be one of those paintings where it's the really, really saturated stuff. That's probably going to be many layers. Many, many layers. Probably some color glazing is going to be involved because if you mix it with anything, it's going to knock that color down. So don't bring my color down. And we'll paint with all the colors of the wind. All right. I mean, it will, you know, in a couple of days. But I actually, if you cover it with saran and you kind of get all the air out, it'll last you for a few days. And that's also why I don't put too much paint down. I don't want to waste paint. So I'll put down what I think I'm going to need for a couple of days. And yeah, as long as you cover it and the air isn't getting to it, yeah, I mean, you can use it for a couple of days. All right, kids, that is going to be that color. And we're going to finally get to the painting. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this eye socket here. The other thing I want to do, when I drew this out, I did erase some of my pencil oopses, but not all. Helpful doodles, how are you? Hoop boop boodly doo, roo doo 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 doo, roo boop boodly doo. How's it going, friend? Thank you for the lurky lurk. How's your day been? All right. Okay. So let's do this. This kind of I've been waiting about a year to start this painting, so I am pretty pumped. But yeah, how you doing today, doodles? I'm going to take my muted eraser first before I do anything, and I'm just going to knock down a few of these pencil lines here. Parts of this got a little bit sketchy, so my lines are not super clean. But yeah, doodles, what are you up to today? How was your weekend? I know it's already Wednesday, but I'm used to streaming on Tuesday. Digi had a photo shoot that I went to help him with Monday and Tuesday. So I had to bump Tuesday stream to today. Okay. I think that looks all right. Oh, I'm so glad you're having a good time with Hubs. That's amazing. What have you guys been up to? All right, let's do a little bit of our medium. This is called Venetian wax medium. Wow, that was too much medium. Take some of that off. That is way too much. Do not need that much. All right, let's do some little tipper taps. Now, when I oil out a section, I try to oil out what I think I can get done in one day. And sometimes it's a surprising amount. Sometimes it's not. So you do kind of have to keep that in mind when you're working in this style, is you can always oil out more. That's the nice thing, is you can always go back and kind of, you can add more of the medium. But yeah, I try to keep it very small, very achievable sections. Soapy Soaps, you know he's back like he never left. He never left another day, another breath. What's medium? A medium is something that adds a little bit of flow to the oil paint, whether it's linseed oil. I use something called wax medium, which is made out of linseed oil and beeswax. I haven't been sleeping well. Oh no, helpful. That's the worst. I hope you can get some rest. Ugh. Soapy Soaps, it's so good to see you. How's it going? How's Bijou doing? How's our baby Bijou? Is she feeling better? Going to the beach, playing video games, getting ready for school to start here in a couple weeks. I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. Must be just an utter delight to have him home. But yeah, if you guys don't know my friend Soaps, he's another amazing streamer here on the Twitch. She's doing better. I'm glad to hear it. We have Crack 3D Fox Studio. We have Amazing Fan 15. We have a lot of really incredible streamers here in chat. So guys, if you're not following these three hoots, please do. Please do. PT appointments. My body's sore. I'm so sorry to hear it. Okay, I'm going to need Mr. Stickman here. But yeah, we are starting a brand spank-skadoodly-doo new painting today. And I am extraordinarily pumped about it. Okay, so then there's the Snargle Bargle. There's that. So this goes up to like here. I didn't draw in everything. I figured I can eyeball. Haha, because it's an eye socket. I can eyeball some of this. But yeah, brand spanking new painting. This is the first stream with it. But yeah, Soaps, what are you up to today, friend? What's the bebop skadoodly doo? I want to be like you. It was awesome to see all this weekend, BT dubs. We had a hoot and a holler. We had an absolute hoot and a holler with you guys. I want to walk like you, talk like you, scoobity-doo. Oh, schnooby schnee, an ape like me. All right, and then it goes down like... This is actually the first hyper-realistic skull I've painted. I've drawn twice? I think I've done 2 skulls in charcoal, but this is the first time I've done one in oil, so I'm pretty pumped. Stay focused on work, mostly doing side projects. I understand. I totally understand that. Hadn't had a chance to stream this week. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's totally understandable. Well, it's actually out on my shelf. I don't keep it in the closet. I keep it out in the open, and now I have 2 of them. So last year, I won a gift certificate for the Jack Richardson company, and I went to the store, like their brick and mortar store up in Appleton, and they had a skull replica, and I really wanted a new one, and so I bought it. It was fantastic, but it was a little bit shiny, like plasticky looking, so I took acrylic and I sort of sponged acrylic paint on it to sort of dull the color a little bit, make it a little bit more yellow, and I can't wait to use it. So technically I have 2 skull replicas. Oopsie doodle, butterfingers. But yeah, I mean, you can never have too many skulls, you know? And also, you can't just stroll down the road, you know? But yeah, soapy soaps, I totally understand. There are so many projects that I'm doing pretty much just for fun. Like, they're not commissions, they're not technically paid projects. And yep, those are usually the ones that I get obsessed with. Like my bird piece has been an obsession since the beginning of last year, and it is a struggle to not work on it every day because that's what I want to do. But yeah, so I've been working on my shop drop stuff. I've also, a couple of days, I've worked on my fleur piece for my friend Leafy Sheeps. So that was really fun. It was fun getting back into that one again. Yeah, so it's been lots of bejuggling. You know, there's nothing wrong with a good bejuggle. All right, let's do, I would like to saturate that color a little more with some burnt sienna here. All right, first blip of color on the actual reference here. Let's see how that looks. All right, that could probably be a little bit less dark and a little more saturated. It's a nice little trick, though. If you're working from a physical reference, like a photo reference, you can take paint and kerflumple it right onto the photo itself to check your color. I tend to do that. The more I get into a painting, the less I tend to do that because I'm more familiar with the color mixes and judging the value. But when I'm first starting a painting, I tend to do that kind of, I think that needs to be darker. I tend to do that a lot more. And the other thing I'm trying to keep in mind is just the value relations, making sure that those look correct. But also because I've really this year and last year, I've been working on trying to improve my first layers and make them look more like a second layer. For those of you who don't know, I'm doing what's called indirect painting, which is when you allow the paint layer to dry fully before applying the next layer of paint, as opposed to direct painting or alla prima painting, which is where you work wet paint on wet paint. That is how I work when I do my quicker paintings, like the painting of the deer unicorn, or a lot of the alla prima portraits that I do on stream, where I don't let the paint dry between layers. But that's not how this works. I'll do this, and then I'll fully let the paint dry, and then I'll do another layer on top of that until I'm happy with the way it looks, essentially. So if I can make this first layer look like I already have 2 layers down, just making it super opaque and super as clean as I possibly can, you know, the better. Like, so much the better. Hello, friend! Chumpy sketchbook, how are you? Chumpy sketchbook, toodle-tee-too. Hi, Chumpy, welcome in. BT dubs, today is also my first cross stream, multi-stream. I'm streaming on YouTube as well as their Twitch. Anyway, so if there's stuff in the chat that you don't see and I'm responding to it, that's why. Yeah, I'm on YouTube at the same time. Ralph, hello. Ursa, I have to pick up the kiddo. Good to see you, Ursa. Thank you for coming in with the raid with Chumpy. Chumpy Sketchbook, how the heck are you, Joe? Welcome in. And Scoobily too. I want to be like you. How's it going, Ralph? Casey Snowheart. What did you end up using to do it? Oh, look at this. We got soaps over on the tube. That's actually my first chat from YouTube. Awesome. Hi, soaps. So I just used OBS. My friend Soapy Soaps helped me set it up. And it wasn't that hard, really. It was like you have to have Stream Elements multi-streaming, I think. And you just add YouTube. It was pretty dang easy. Ralph, no, don't you see the secret messages? How's it going, Ralph? Chump, if you guys don't know Chumpy Sketchbook, amazing artist and streamer, please give a follow. He's just an amazing human as well. Ooh, look at this. Second chat ever. And also we have Casey Snort. Casey, I love your film studies stream. I was lurka-durkily doodling on your stream and it looked so good. I really want to join in at some point. So guys, if you don't know Chumpy, if you don't know Casey Snow, seriously, so fun. Oh, yeah, that's right. So Soapy Soaps actually has a app that he created specifically for multi and cross streaming. It's called Chat Egg. I know I had that bookmarked. Why do I have so many bookmarks? The heck? You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. Okay, so, and it's really neat. So it's a way of, oh, there we go. There's the link. Oh my gosh. Yes. You're so welcome, Casey. I love lurking in your stream. But yeah, so it's really cool. It goes onto your phone. The link is now in the chat. Oh, what's that? We got a Chumpy over on the YouTube. Took me a minute to get in. Chumpy, how was your stream? What were you working on? I'm really excited. I do want to try this. I think it's going to be really fun. The thing is, I do stream directly from a PC. A whispered DM, I'll send you a promo code. Yes. Yeah, Casey. No banner ads. How about that? But yeah, check that out. He made an app because, you know, Soaps isn't busy enough. So he's out hanging out, making apps and stuff. Ooh, dropped in Discord. Chumpy, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you're having a really good week. Again, apologies for the goobery schedule. Digi actually had a photo shoot Monday and Tuesday, so I always go along to help with the lighting and help him with anything he needs during his photo shoots. And it's always a lot of fun. And Patty B, how are you? So if you guys don't know Chump Skadoodly Doo, this is coming out phenomenally. Phenomenal. I love this. That blue is so stinking saturated. I want to legally adopt this truck. I'll name him Simon. We'll go on great adventures. It's going to be amazing. Jumpy, your work is just phenomenal. And if you guys are not following, please do. Also follow my friend Casey Snowart. Follow my friend Soapy Soaps. We have amazing Fan 15 in the chat. Yeah, the blue. Is that cerulean? Is that cerulean blue that I spy? Seriously, Chumpy, this is coming out great. The textures, I love like the little flecks where the paint is scrappled and it's just so great. It's so beautiful. BEA to the beautiful, to the beautiful. We're also going to check out the Instant Grandma. If you guys are not following Chumpy on there. Why are you like this, Instant Grandma? It's freaking out, man. But yeah, if you're not following Chumpy on the Instant Grandma as well. Sky Blue. I think there's a song about that by Peter Gabriel. Pretty sure. Sky blue. Whoa. This is still one of my favorite pieces. It's so cool. Yeah, Patty, just add water. I hope you're having a phenomenal day, Patty. What's going on? What's also, I saw something from Ralph a few minutes ago. Is the other chat here in the room with us? It is Ralph. The other chat is in the room. They're there. They're there, Ralph. Also, Ralph, it's so good to see you. It's been a bit. I see y'all hanging out in Valora's chat, but I'm a big old lurky turkey in there. We are here. I love this piece. Chumpy, has this one sold yet? Is this one still available? Isaac, how are you, my friend? How's it going, Isaac? Welcome in, ya hoot and dinger. Ya hoot. How's it going? But yeah, if you guys are not following Chumpy, I'm going to throw that Instant Grandma chat or link into the chat. I know what's happening. No, I don't. So give a follow if you can. Didn't get into the exhibition you were trying to get into. Well, you know, that does happen a lot when you're applying for exhibits. You're going to get the big NO a lot, but don't let that discourage you. It is an amazing piece. And this one. I love this one so stinking much. Yep. Anyone who's attempted to get into exhibits and shows and things like that, like, woo, you get no's a lot. It's K-Heart. Friends, we are starting a brand spanking new painting today. It's this one, and we are starting with the skull. This is based off of the Queen of Hearts, of course, from Alice in Wonderland, because I have a problem. This photograph was taken using what's called a multiple exposure. So all of the portraits was done in camera using different colored lights, not lice. Don't use lice in your photographs. Whatever you do, wash your hands. Anyway, and then the card arch was also photographed in real life. I used wire to make it look like it was floating. And then we composited the portraits and the card arch together and edited this in GIMP to get the crazy colors. So we are just starting. Today's the very, very first stream with this. Meanwhile, I am still working on my Alice in Wonderland piece that's been on stream for 56 streams. So I am still working on this piece, working on getting all those finishing layers done off stream. So I'm guessing I'm going to start really working on this again August 1st or 2nd, whatever. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of work to get this section done. But yeah, so this will probably be back in a month or two on stream, and we're going to be starting in the upper left-hand section. And there's lots of cool birds. So here's the reference for this one. There's lots and lots and lots of cool birds and textures. Gotta lurk for a bit, Shumpy. Thank you again for Pippi popping in with your community. Hugs to you, my friend. And thank you for the lurk. I really appreciate it. Go get a snickety snackle. Are you having a snickety snackle a tackle? Anyway, so we're going to be jumping up to the upper left-hand portion of this painting. I swear the dodo wasn't there. Well, that's the thing about dodos. Much like the Spanish Inquisition, nobody ever expects them. And Abel, how the heck are you doing? Abel's light, Abel's light. How's it going? Abel's light. It's not Abel's light. I'll get it. I'm sleepy but super, my friend. It's excellent to see you. We are starting a brand spank-skadoodly-doo new painting. And I could not be more pumped. I've waited about a year to start this piece, mostly because I had that other big hyperrealism shows up for the Hoot Nanny. Absolutely. I do believe that the dodo bird's name is Mango, I believe is what we named him. And I don't exactly remember why we named him Mango, but it just felt right. You know, honestly, it felt right. It felt just. And we're all about justice here. That's part of my presidential campaign, is just justice when it comes to the dodo bird, you know? And also, you can't just stroll down the road, you know? Absolutely paid actor. I pay him in unshelled peanuts is what I pay him in. Unshelled peanuts and, well, mango slices. Easel for president. In my first order of business. Hello, friend.
I'm so tired of work. My dream job would be to clean mirrors. I could really see myself doing that.
It's Prue. It's Prue. Uh-oh. Does that mean it's Toriel time? Prue, thank you for the 63 months of subification. That's just not so crazy kooky talk. Let's get Toriel out. And we got to add some stuff. So one of the things that we do on stream for subs is you can either ask for a sub doodle or you can ask for an incredibly janky pipe cleaner sculpture. I've been working on this pipe cleaner sculpture for, I don't know, like 7 months maybe? But anyway, this is Toriel from The Hobbit. I guess we should give her like a skirt. Does she wear a skirt? I don't actually remember, but yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to give her a skirt today. You would vote for me? In my first order as president, free donut day. Everyone gets a free donut once a month. Come get your free donut, any flavor. That includes crawlers, dip-dops, flibbity-doos. She does indeed have a skirt. This will at some point become a guest with the skirt. Oh my gosh, yeah. Because honestly, It's already getting there, Prue. It's like a dumpster fire. How's your day going, friend? All right. A green dress with brown armor on top. So this is supposed to be like armor, but it's very badly done. It's just very, very badly done. But yeah, Prue, at some point this is gonna get sent to your house. Just FYI. Oh, you know what? I was gonna get green pipe cleaners the other day. Shoot. So let's do her boots. I think we're gonna do her bootsies today. And she's gonna get some snapping black boots. These boots are made for walking, so that's just what I'll do. If this doesn't get better soon, I'm requesting a refund. That's fair. Honestly, Prue, it's a dumpster fire. It's badly... Oh, wow. Wow. You know what, Soaps? You're right. I mean, this looks exactly like her. We have to give her googly eyes, too. We do need to give her googly eyes. And she's got googly eyes. Do I have scissors up here? I don't have scissors up here. Who keeps taking my scissors? Digi. I know it's you. All right, so let's give her some boots. Boots again. Why does her hand have antennas? Oh, that's not her hand. That's her quiver. So her hands are like here. These are her arms right here. And this is a quiver, but it's just enormous. I don't know why it came out just so obnoxiously large. This is her cape, but it kind of looks like a Christmas tree. Anyway, like, I think what I might do too is I might kind of like cinch this together so it looks less like caveman clothing. But you know, so let's see here. Here's her legs. But yeah, I don't see this getting better, Prue. I'll be brutally honest. I think it's just going to become more and more and more of a dumpster fire, but you know what? We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. All right. So let's give her some bootsies. Are her boots black? No. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. All right, so let's give her some feets. Wow, those are really... Okay, let's kind of pinch that down a little bit. But seriously, Prue, thank you so much for all the many, many, many months of subs. I think that you and Soaps are the OG of subbers on this channel. So I really, really appreciate that. 63 month-a-ronies with cheese is insane. She wore a size 12. She's a basketball player. Honestly, I mean, she has the agility. She has the speed. She could be a basketball player. One time in a store, I saw a size 13 shoe, and it blew my tiny mind. I was like, wow, Jiminy T. And they were sneakers, too, so I don't know, they kind of looked like... Oh, hey, those look pretty bootylicious. Look at that. That sounds wrong. I'm never going to say that again. But look, they look like little boots. Look at her wee little boots. They look like Christmas boots, but it's fine. She's an elf. She could be a Christmas elf, for all we know. I think those look pretty great. I don't know. I think this is going to come together in a way that we never imagined. Antennas, yep. Size 18. Oh my gosh, 18. I think the biggest I ever saw was a size 13 shoe. Same. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I stopped growing when I was in the 8th grade. I've been the same height since I was, let's see, so I would have been 12? Yeah, probably 12. Because my birthday was late, so you stop growing in the 6th grade. Depending on the shoe, it's either a 17 or an 18. Wow. That's amazing. But yeah, I stopped growing in the 8th grade, and they're like, no, you'll get taller. Well, they lied. Honestly, I don't mind being short, though. Finding him shoes turned into a pain once he became 15. Okay, let's bring that down a little bit, and then bring this back up. Bulk up. Your other leg's in the way, Toriel. Stop it. Yeah, I stopped getting taller when I was 12. Wildly taller than everybody, they continued to grow, and I became average. But for that little bit of time, right? Like, you were the tallest in class. Okay, I'm pretty happy with these boots. I'm not gonna lie. I think they look pretty swell. She's getting there. Listen, she's ready to fight. She's getting ready to snap. Have you guys seen that video where she calls a snapping turtle a snapping turtle? Well, that's been stuck in my head for weeks. It's a snapping turtle. Anyway, she's looking pretty boss. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, there we go. These boots are made for walking, so that's just what I'll do. One of these days, these boots just might walk all over you. I don't think that's actually the word. I think we need to turn her into a marionette. Should we figure out how to make marionettes? I think we should. Did you see? Oh, you saw a huge snapping turtle yesterday. Did you say the thing? It's a snapping turtle. I love it. Again, Prue, thank you so much for all the many, many months of support. I really appreciate it. There we go. Jared Gavitt went stomping into some poison ivy. Oh my gosh. I have picked up 3 snapping turtles in my life. One of them was a baby, and we named it Winston Churchill. And I loved him. He was like maybe, I don't know, like that big around, something like that. He was adorable, and I loved him. And then there was one that was across in the middle of the street next to my parents' house. So I pulled over and to get it out of the road, and it pooped all over me. That was pretty gross. And so then I didn't get back in the car. I walked to my parents' house and knocked on their back door and washed all the turtle poop off my hands. Then I went back and got the car, so that was pretty funny. And then the last time was pretty sad. I think it had been maybe hit by a car, and we still tried to get it out of the road. But anyway, it was pretty sad. It was pretty sad. I love turtles. I love snapping. They don't love me. Well, frankly, they don't love anyone. But I love them. It doesn't matter. But good move not going into the poison ivy there, Seth. that's a good choice. But yeah, if you're just joining, we're starting a new painting today. It is based off of the Queen of Hearts. I hear they make a good soup. I have tried, not specifically snapping turtle, but I have had turtle soup before. I was tricked. I was not told what the soup was. And honestly, the broth was delicious. It just tasted like pepper, which I'm a big fan of black pepper, so, or pepper with a B, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But honestly, it just tastes like chicken, because, like, I didn't know what it was. So it was like having spicy chicken fish soup. All right, I do want to make sure that I don't obliterate that little value in there. Obliteration Nation. Night Skeptic, hello. Them some good eating. Yeah, why don't we all go out and find us a snapping turtle for lunch? Just a little bit of a snapping turtle. Honestly, I've now seen that video, the snapping turtle video, more times than I can even count, and I quote it daily. Because why wouldn't you quote that daily? It's just so applicable to so many things. I mean, I guess specifically it's applicable to when you see a snapping turtle, but like, come on. Getting ready to snap. Someone replies, there's some good eating on them. Nice. How's it going today, friend? Hope you're having a wonderful, marvelous Wednesday. I know what day it is. Also, tomorrow, friends, we're going to be going back to work on the Nazgula corn. So hopefully I'll be wrapping that up tomorrow. Try not to cover up this little bright spot. And I know this looks crazy, crazy dark, but keep in mind, this is all about context. So once I add in the surrounding values, this is not going to, well, this is actually supposed to be almost black. But anyway, it's all about context. A context, woohoo. But yeah, what are you up to today, Night Skeptic? Hope you're having an excellent Wednesday. We'll be streaming on a Wednesday afternoon. 10-minute meeting took 75. Oh my gosh. That's always fun, said nobody. Okay, and then this is going to splumble flip over this way, and then it kind of fades a little bit there. I'm not going to worry about it being 100 billion% like exactly like the reference when it comes to the smoke. I do want to be as faithful as I can, but like if it's not the exact same shape, pattern, whatever, I'm not overly worried about that. I just want to make sure that I leave enough room to really, play with the shapes and the colors. And that's going to be the really, really fun thing about this painting is there is no limit to how utterly insane and wild we can go. So I just want to make sure I have room to really add the smoke. And get to the point before I stop being nice. George is getting upset. You lose your patience after 20. I don't think it would take me that long. So I didn't go, because of just the different jobs I've had, I haven't had to do a ton of meetings. I did a couple at the Paint and Sip I used to work at. And it was almost like the airing of grievances for Festivus on Seinfeld. Like, it was just people, including me, just griping about stuff. And my big complaint with that place is how it was a mess. It was a mess always. Like, there was no organization. The paints were always left open, which just made me so stinking mad. So it was mostly just stuff like that. So that was one of the meetings I went to. Another one was like a lunch meeting at the vet clinic I used to work at. And that one was pretty awkward too. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't go great. I love griping. I'm an avid griper. Well, when it came to that job, so I've worked at 2 Paint and Sips in my life. One of them I worked at for almost 5 years. It was like 4.5, something like that. And it was great. It was such a good job. Like, it was run well. The owner was just like really good to his employees. And, he really had his employees back, and like it paid well. I mean, just everything about that job. And it was a well-oiled paint and sip machine, right? So like, I loved that job. But then when I moved back here, which I was very happy to move back here. Like, my whole family lives here, and I missed my family a lot. So I was really, really happy to move back. But I was like, well, I don't really know where I want to work. So I tried to find another Paint and Sip, and oh, did I ever. And it was like the exact opposite of the first Paint and Sip I worked at. It was horribly run. They would steal your tips, which was really annoying. They were doing some stuff that was just incredibly sketchy, and it was disorganized. And just everything about it was not good. So it was like night and day. And I think I lasted maybe, I want to say it was maybe a year at that place. And then I had to quit because, yeah, I wasn't getting paid enough to pay our bills. So yeah, it was fun work though. That was the thing. All of my pettiness comes out. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And my paycheck would bounce all the time. And like, she would get really upset if I asked for my paycheck. Like, and a couple of times I caught her talking about me on the phone. Andrea, she always wants her paycheck on time. Yeah, because I need to pay my rent. Is that cool with you? Anyway, that place was a dumpster fire. So I quit, and then I worked for a vet clinic for a very short amount of time. I think it was like 8 months or something. And yeah, then I started streaming and doing art full time, and I'm so so grateful. So grateful that I get to do this. I told my manager that the moment 20 minutes elapsed, I was leaving. Bye. No meeting should ever be more than 20 minutes, though. I mean, what if you can't say what you need to say in 20 minutes, then you're saying too much. You can't do that. Amazing. Amazing. All right, let's do some. Lady, you either pay me or I don't work, and I find people to make this bigger problem. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. The only time so people could electronically tip. And so that's how they were taking tips, because I would write down what my tips were and they never, ever, ever matched up. And there was no policy saying that they took some of our tips. So she was stealing my tips. Anyway, sometimes though they would tip me in cash, and it was great because there was nothing she could do about it. So I was always really happy when they tipped in cash. But yeah, the whole, I mean, it was a bad scene. Honestly, it was not a well-run place. They were just super petty. They were doing some really sketchy stuff too, because they had a bar, and like, I didn't know how to run a bar. I don't drink. I don't mix drinks. I don't know anything about it. And they would have me running 2 events simultaneously and then running the bar. And I'm like, do you want these drinks to taste good? Anyway, so like I don't know, some pretty sketchy stuff. I'm like, do I need a license to do this? Because I thought you did. Maybe you don't. I always kind of thought you needed a license to run a bar, but maybe not. I don't know. You guys tell me. Do you? I think you do. Napoleon, but just try and stop me. Tuso and Cash always get lost. Where did they get lost? I don't know, but it's a very good question. To sling drinks, but you need a safety course. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's good. I'm glad you don't need like a license or something, because that would have been bad. Okay, I do need to do a quick measure because I'm not sure what this line is supposed to represent. Oh, a bar needs a license. Okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, I do want to just quick check what I drew here. Okay, so that is that line. Oh! Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. I gotta do some quick cleanup here. Oh, no. Oops-a-daisy. It happens. Sometimes my brain malfunctions and I slam the brush into the panel. Look, it's like underpainting. It's just going to help with the next layer. It's totally fine. Don't overserve alcohol. And if you do overserve them, call the cops so they can bring a medic. Oh. Bartender, I had an attitude. I want an old fashioned. How about... I get you a good drink. I think a lot of people find that very amusing, though, when their bartender's a little bit sassy. I wasn't sassy. I was just afraid. I had no idea what I was doing. So people would ask for a drink, and I'm like, I don't know how to make that. Like, if you want a beer, you want a glass of wine, like, yeah, I can do that for you. But like, they would ask like, oh, I'll have a whiskey, a whiskey bippity bap with a slingshot. I'm like, what the heck did you just say to me? What? Oh, I'll have a twisted cockatoo with a peach slap. It's like, what? Woltering? I do know Woltering a little bit. I've been to their stream a couple of times. But yeah, it's like, psh, I have no idea. I don't know what you want from me. It is literally an old fashioned. That's amazing. What's in an old fashioned? So the thing is, like, I'm not a drinker, and I don't know anything about it. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup. All right, I think that's good enough. 100% though, when Digi comes in, he's gonna be like, "What is that big brown smear?" Oops. Oh, good times. Good times, friends. Good times. All right. So let's move down to here. So that's where that line goes. I just wanted to make sure that I knew where I was going before I started to paint that. Bourbon fruit bitters. I've heard of bitters, but I don't know what that is. Awesome comic artist. I think you might enjoy his sense of humor. I've been to his stream. I think maybe we've rated him once. I think? Question mark? I'm like 70% sure that we've rated him, but it has been a long time. It's been a toodle bippity bop. But I see them online. I should go bipple bop by their stream. All right, let's do some tippity taps here. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what the most elaborate drink was. But the problem is I don't know any of the drink names, so I would not be able to tell you. Concentrated fluid, you shake drops at a time. It's aromatic and a great way to add character to a drink. So it's almost like adding like to food, like what is that word? Umami or how do you say that word? Anyway, it adds like a depth of flavor to it. So like I'll add soy sauce into something that doesn't necessarily call for soy sauce because it adds like a little bit of depth of flavor. So I'm imagining it's like the same sort of logic as that. Old fashioned and the zombie. What's in a zombie? That sounds so cool. Zombie. Umami, spelled umami. Okay. But yeah, so like when I make like a really savory sauce, like anything with like beef stock or something like that, depending on what it is, of course. Like if it's like Mexican food, I'm probably not going to add soy sauce to it. I don't know, I've never tried it. Maybe it's delish. Who's to say? Any hoozle. So I'll add like 2 teaspoons of soy sauce because it just adds like this incredible depth of flavor that there's probably another way to do it, but I don't really add alcohol to my food. Like I don't really add wine. I don't really add anything like that. So, and I don't really like vinegar. So I'll add like a little bit of soy sauce and whoo-hoo, it is good stuff. All right, so let's continue adding a little schnibbly bibble here. Whoa, 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 schnibblety bibble. Yeah, I flippin' love soy sauce. So good. And I feel good, bum, boom, doodle, doo. And I knew that I would now. So what does everyone have on the docket for the rest of the day? Fox, are you going to be working on your painting? And BT Dubs, if you guys don't know Crack 3D Fox Studio here on Twitch, absolutely phenomenal painter. So definitely go check out Fox's stream. Amazing. Rum, dark rum, lime juice, grenadine, blue, don't know how to say that. 1 dash of bitters, platinum rum, serve over ice, top off with 151. There's a lot of rum in that. Seth, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. These Jimothy is everywhere. If you don't know Jimothy by now, you're not on the internet. Oh my gosh, you're so welcome, Fox. You're so welcome. But yeah, I hope all of your piece has been going really well. I can't wait to see an update on it. Update, woohoo. All right, that's way too light. Get rid of that. Let's go in and kind of darken that up a little bit. I'm really excited about painting the skull, though. I hate these true... Oh, sorry, we don't... Just so you know, we don't swear in the chat, Night Skeptic. So that's not going to appear in the chat, just FYI. 100% of the people who order them, never tipping zombies, take forever to build, and they're meant to get you drunk. Nice. You did a thing. Uh-oh. What did you do? What did you do, Fox? I want to see. I want to see what you did to your painting. Every year, a new little freak enters to fill us with joy. Moodang, Pizza Rat, Jimothy. Oh my gosh, I agree. It's so great. It's just, I still love Moodang. Moodang now has a niece, and I don't remember what the new little one's name is, but I'm a big fan of pygmy hippos. I'm a big fan of them. They're so cute and so full of rage. So full of rage. Make a straight. Exactly. I completely agree. Use mineral spirits and a utility knife and scraped off the background to redo it. Oh, you posted it for breaking the rules. We'll try not to. No worries. It's just a friendly reminder, Night Skeptic. And it happens. Like, I understand that not having swearing in the chat is a little unusual for the internet. And I just really appreciate, like, you're all a really good sport about it. So there's no worries. Just a friendly reminder. Wow. That actually... So how did you do that? You took mineral spirits? So guys, this is Crack 3D Fox Studios' newest... No, it's your house. I do appreciate that, Night Skeptic. So you took mineral spirits and you scraped off the background. Man, that must have been scary. That must have been so scary to do, Fox. Wow. Sprinkling, dripping, that's not a word. While it was wet. That is so cool looking. That is really cool looking. How did that dry? Did you just do that today? Please don't do it 20 times. Yesterday. So how do you think that's going to dry? Is it drying quickly? Is it like, because it's mineral spirit, so I would imagine that would dry kind of quick. I think that looks really cool. I really like it. I do love how brave and experimental you are with this piece. It's still wet-ish. Half dry, half wet. I mean, it'll probably take a couple days. At least, I would assume. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm really excited to see where this goes. So, friends, if you're not following Crack 3D Fox Studios, we're still on 7. But yeah, if you're not following Crack 3D Fox Studio, just an incredible artist here on Twitch. So please give a follow if you can. Check out her work. Just super duper duper duper. A super duper duper duper. I really, really like it though. I think it's going to be really interesting to see where you finally land. Like what the final decision will be. Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. I am a big old fan of your work. So I love to be able to share and promote what you guys do. So, and thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time here and for just being a bunch of hoots and, you know, for all the laughs. It's a great group of peeps. Sometimes I will intentionally make something, and I say this all the time. So I'm going to repeat myself. I will intentionally make something darker than it needs to be. Particularly actually, it's almost exclusively on my first layer because that builds up the value and it builds up that paint layer more quickly. So instead of it looking really sort of choppy and transparent, it ends up looking a lot more correct sooner. Where this is going, I keep having new ideas for, I do understand that because like, as you're digging into a piece, right? And as you're sort of getting to know it, like it does sort of trigger new ideas. So I do totally understand wanting to sort of go like, oh, but what if we did this? Part of why I do concept sketches, like concept paintings, concept sketches for a piece before I even photograph the reference is to sort of get those early ideas out. And then sort of like doodle bop around with them before I even photograph the reference. But then even after that, like I photographed the reference, I've gotten it drawn out. I have a new idea that I think would look cooler. So that's like the name of the game. Like you start with one thing. This started off as an extremely simple concept. The original concept for this piece was, let's see if I can find it. I was older. I actually, my friend Valora ended up buying this piece. So this one is with her. So this was the original concept for this piece. Was just a skull with mushrooms growing out of it. I think I wanted to make it a vampire. I don't know why. It just felt kind of fun. Patina solution for Imagine. It's no longer all gold. Ooh, neat. Neat. So this was the original concept for this. It was very simple, and very, 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 very straightforward. And then it sort of morphed. Where the heck is that other piece? I don't know where the heck that other piece is. I know I posted. So actually, was this the original? Or was this the original? Oh, no, this was the original. Okay, this was the original concept. Sorry, I got confused. That other one I think that was just a random skull I wanted to paint. So this was actually the original. And this, I think, was done in acrylic. And I think I did this on stream. So this was the original concept, not the other one. The other one was just a vampire concept that I had. So a little bit spooky. And then it sort of went into adding like a figure, and then it went into all the other stuff. So anyway, I was incorrect. That other one is not the original concept. Okay, let's go in and pump up the jam a little bit. Oh my gosh, yep. And it is a really helpful thing to sort of go through a few versions of it before, because like you know, Fox, like some of these paintings can take you years, right? And it's like before you commit to doing a painting for years, it's a good idea to sort of throw out a few concepts and see which one you think will work the best. And I definitely, I mean, as do you, Fox, like I like a lot of detail and I like a lot of elements. I like chaotic pieces. I like when there's a lot going on and there's a lot to look at. And, you know, maybe compositionally, but what if we add some smoke? Exactly. And actually the thing with the smoke was kind of part of the second concept sketch, but not to the extent with like the color and like the wacky zaniness. So that was sort of a last second addition when I was editing the piece. And it just sort of was like, okay, that looks really cool. We're going to keep that in there. And a lot of the times I'll do that when I'm editing a photo is I'll take like the hue and the saturation and I'll absolutely crank it up to like 100 just to see what it looks like. And this is actually only the first time that I've used it. Thumbnails before committing to do a piece, but they never came up with a solution for, well, what about exactly? That's the thing. Like when you have something where you want to make a change mid painting, that happens all the time. It happens all the time. And then you're like, well, here we are. Okay. So then let's darken up that. Let's do some little tibber taps here. Tip, tip, tip it to the tip it to the tip, tip, tap. Okay. And then because I'm not going to be starting much more of the skull, I do want to go in and add just a tiny bit of our lighter value so I can kind of tip tap that out. We don't have that sort of bejurngly edge there. But yeah, it's one of those things that you can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop, that creative process. And sometimes the creative process strikes in the middle of a painting and then you gotta figure it out. Like that definitely happened to me with my bird painting. I drew it out and I was not happy with the way some of those birdie birds looked, and I wasn't happy with how the dress looked. So I'm just making changes as I go, and I'm hoping for the best. Hello from yet another airport. How's it going? How was your trip, friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. God bless us, everyone. Do another version, exactly. And they say it back. Yes. That is Frantubulous. Amazing. Love it. You know what, Leaf Sheeps? I love that for you. I really do. And Scooby-Doo, I wanna be like you. Trip was good. I can't wait to hear about it. How dark is that compared to the... it's a little dark. It's a little bit dark. We're painting a happy little skull today. Look at all these little doers. So busy now, so full of form and color. How was the last week in the Heartland? It has been, honestly, pretty dang chaotic. In a good way. Like, it's been all good stuff, but I don't even think I've had 10 seconds to breathe, just between work and photo shoots and, social stuff. It's been busy. I'm trying to up my, posting on Instant Grandma and YouTube as well. So like that kind of added another facet. But yeah, I mean, it's all good stuff, but it's been very busy, very chaotic, as one might say. And hey, we're finally starting this. And I worked on your Fleur drawing a couple times this week too. So that's going well. So yeah, it's been busy. Started a couple more paintings for my Shoppy Droppy next Thursday. Fleur! I was in Minneapolis for the Cider Fest. Oh, yummy. I saw a post for, I think it was near here, and it was like Dumpling Fest. I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Have I ever mentioned I have a big problem with dumplings? I love them a little bit too much. I flippin' love dumplings. So good. So good. But anyway, yeah, so I worked on the Fleur. I worked on a bunch of pieces for my Shopple Dropple. Social media stuff. I'm making a video that I have to have done by the end of the month for the Jack Richardson Company about me Pokemons. I'm legally changing my name to Dumplestiltskin. I'm doing it. Dumplestiltskin. That's my new name. Electrifying radio. How's it going, Fran? Welcome in. Guys, we need to know more about Dumplestiltskin. It's just a dumpling with a beard is what it is. That's my alternate ego. Alter ego? Alternate ego? How does that go? Anyway, that's my new name, and I'm excited. I'm excited to become the critter that I was always meant to be, and it's Dumplestiltskin. I think that needs to be an emote. Speaking of which, we do have a few new emotes. If you guys haven't checked any of those out, we have Elijah Woodpecker, and we have Emo Tweety Bird. So those are new. Dumpling on stilts, yes. Alter another ego, another me. So I think Night Skeptic, the answer to both of those is yes. I think so. Electrifying Radio, how you doing today, friend? Too clever. I think Soaps just earned himself 1 schnump gajillion gold star points. 1 schnump pump-flillion gold star points. You can use those in the chat to make your dreams come true. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday you said tomorrow. Just do it. Just do it. All right. Tippy, bippy, flippity tap. Snippy, schnippy, flippity lap. You know what's really fun too is all the elements in this piece are a little bit bigger. There he is. There's Elijah Woodpecker. I took your advice and now I'm unemployed. Uh-oh. Listen, I give solid career advice here, Prue. So clearly it was meant to be. It's meant to be. There's emo Tweety Bird. I walk the lonely road. I think the redeem didn't work. Oh, Charlie the Unicorn. Oh no, it worked. He has spoken. He has showed us the way. He didn't say anything. It's a magical Leopleurodon.
Oh, when you're done and looking for some cheering up, or just head right on up to the Candy Mountain Cave. When you get inside your phone, find yourself a cheery land.
Can't complain too much. Glad to hear it. Oh, they took my freaking kidney. I really do need to rewatch that. I really need to rewatch Charles the Unicorn. It is one of the greatest cartoons ever made. It's just so good. It's just so good. I feel good. Into your grand slamwich. Beautiful. That's my favorite sentence of the day. Except for Dumpelstiltskin. That is the best thing I've heard today. Not gonna lie. Dumpling Fest. Yes! Guys, Dumpling Fest. Yes! I love how you looked that up. This looks so good. Wow, that's really expensive, but if it's all you can eat dumplings, if it's all you can eat dumplings, then that's not expensive. But if you have to pay that and pay for the dumplings, then I'm gonna be really ticked. I'm gonna have to look into that more. But I do love dumplings, so it might be worth it. Went to a Denny's. That's kind of canon. Oh yeah. Gotta be patient for. Found a house that is literally everything we want. Oh wow. Good Bones needs finishing. That's okay. We have time. That's a dang good price. Legit has one of the worst high schools in the... No! Well, is homeschooling an option? I was homeschooled. Look how normal I came out, crack. Well, I was homeschooled until the 8th grade, and then I was in public school. But yeah. I loved being homeschooled. It was the best. It's the best. But it does explain a few things, doesn't it? Like, people who don't know that I was homeschooled, and then they find it out, they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, wait, what? And also Digi likes to blame knowledge gaps on me being homeschooled. I'm like, no, that's not why. But I am sorry about that, crack. That really stinks. When you find everything's just perfect except for, and you cannot dork around with your kids' education. All right, so let's get more of this in on the side, and then I think we're gonna try to add in some of the smoky color. Ooh, average peanut butter. That's way too hot. Tickets are sold out. Well, I found out about this like yesterday, I think, is when I saw I saw it on Instant Grandma, and I was like, Dumpling Fest! Anyway, I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised, Leaf Sheeps. They went on sale. Oh, okay, yeah, I heard about it like yesterday. I do it. Last thing we need is both of us running down the Joke's on them. I'm inviting myself. Do it. I feel like it could just pick up a ladder. That's how you get into events, is you pick up a ladder and you act like you're there to do maintenance. What are they going to do? Stop you? Actually, they might. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're going to darken that up just a pinch. I'm not surprised, though, because dumplings are universally amazing. They really are. They're really amazing. Man, I want dumplings. I mean, there's a restaurant we went to. We've gone to it probably 5 times, maybe. It's an Asian fusion restaurant. And pretty much I order gyoza every time I go because I'm obsessed with them. You act like you always belong there. It works until you make a scene, which means I last 10 minutes. 10 minutes? You could get some really good dumplings in 10 minutes. You know, like I feel like you could really, really, really fill up your tum-tum in no time. You just really need a couple good plates, and then you're good to go. Good to go. Good to go, Mr. Bigglesworth. Classic rabbit holes. I mean, here's the thing. The internet exists for rabbit holes. And before you know it, you're swept away. It starts off, hey, Dumpling Fest, and then before you know it, you're looking up videos of Michael Jackson. You just never know when it's going to strike. You never know when it's going to strike. You've been hit by a smooth criminal. Run dun do 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 psh do 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 do. Hey Annie, are you okay? In about 5 minutes, I'm gonna take a super duper fast break and get a snickle snack and heat up my coffee. ADHD. Oh my gosh. Yep. I think that is both the great thing about the internet because you can find out anything, but that's also the bad thing about the internet because you can find out anything. Although, what did I look up yesterday? I was trying to figure out what a certain type of flower was in my garden because I didn't know the name of it. And I was like, pink and white flower perennial, growing cluster. And it just showed me a picture of that exact flower. And I was like, flippin' sweet. What? Costco has gyoza? What? Well, I want that. Said he's gonna take anything. Amazing. Okay, well, we need to get gyoza from Costco. Like ones that you cook? Or is it one that, are they pre-cooked? It doesn't matter. Either way, we're getting that. Some excellent chicken and cilantro dumplings, too. I wish I didn't have cilantro. Cilantro makes me sad. It tastes like soap. It's like, I love the idea of that. But, like, yeah, cilantro tastes like soap to me. Are we taking a field trip to Costco? Yes. Pot stickers? Yup. I think Meijer has those, too. I don't know who has Meijers and the Withertoo's and the Y4s, Mr. Frodo. But, yeah, that's kind of one of our main shops around here is Meijer. They're okay. They're not bad. They're not like overly, because like you think I think they're supposed to be like more discounted, maybe, but they're really not. Aldi has been the best though. Like Aldi's my favorite. Oh my gosh, well, we're doing that. 60? I mean, that should last for one night, right? 60 gyoza should certainly be enough. That sounds amazing. Well, I guess we know what we're doing for dinner next time. Tee-hee. Specialized in ADHD, I can always give some tips and advice if you need it. Just DM. I do appreciate that. Okay, so there are some swoople dupes that go over here. I do think that I want to make sure that I got this measurement right. Don't mind me while I pull out my faithful compass dividers. I use these to do my drawings as well. It does take, okay, so wait, hold on. I'm measuring from this shadow. So it's actually from all the way over here. All right, that looks good. I actually do this to maintain proportion and figure out distance. It helps me keep everything the same size as the reference. Put them in a bowl, add chicken stock, a spoonful of rice vinegar, soy sauce, sprinkle of garlic. Oh, what's that word? Gochugaru? I don't know how to say that. With green, I do love green onions. Goosh. Anything that involves, so one of my favorite things, of course, is, as we were just saying, gyoza. And the sauce that it comes with is flippin' amazing. It's like, it's got like red pepper flake. I don't know what's actually in the sauce, but it is so good. So stinking good. Anyway, dried Korean. Oh, see, there it is. Red pepper flakes. Yes. You absolutely need the red pepper. You absolutely need that. Also, pepper should be spelled P-E-B-B-E-R. Pepper is red pepper. All right, let's do some tibber taps. Where's my fluffy brush? There we go. But yeah, it's funny that that's what that was, because I was just rambling about how you need red pepper. And then I'll probably go in and lighten up a little bit of this highlight. So let's just start to blend this before we add in the smoky smoke. Whoa, 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 smokety bokey. And this is just a watercolor brush that I use to sort of tip, tap, tip, tip, tip it to the tip it to the tip, tip, tap my values together without removing too much of the paint. The more hard the bristles, the more it's going to move your paint around. So I use these watercolor brushes to blend and get a really nice smooth finish. When it comes to hyperrealism, unlike my faster like alla prima style painting, I do hide my brushwork because a lot of this is meant to be an illusion. It's meant to look real. So I don't want to have brushwork showing because I feel that that disrupts that illusion. Whew. It is really hot in here, by the way. I got to turn the air up. Mandelbrot. How's it going? Amazon under $12? Wow. I should do that. I never order spices online. I should do that. No, actually, hold on. I did do that one time because I love ground rosemary and you cannot find that. I hate like sprigs of rosemary because it's like a texture thing. Anyway, so I order ground rosemary because I think it makes the texture so much better. All right, kiddos, I'm going to take a super duper fast break. I'll be back in about 2-3 minutes. I'm going to go heat up my coffee. I'm going to get a quick snack. So yeah, stretch them leggedy legs and do a cartwheel, get a snack, get a drink, stay hydroflated, my friends, and I will BR to the bippity bee. Heck to the no, to the no, 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 heck to the no. Alrighty doodly doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, I should order, going back to the spices. Well, first of all, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with me. Hope everyone got a good snack. I'm eating a cookie, and I have no regrets. I'm sorry, regrets. That's what I meant to say. I have no regrets is what I have. But yeah, welcome back, everyone. I should order spices from the internet. Going back to what we were talking about before. Classic. Classic, classic. Okay, back to our tippy taps. Tippy tap, tippy tippy tap. But I can already tell, it's so funny, and, you know, for my fellow artists out there, tell me if you agree with this. There's something about when you start a painting, for me, that I can tell almost immediately that I'm going to be obsessed with it. Uh-oh, this is one of them. I can already tell that I am completely obsessed. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think maybe once I get to the fabric, I don't know if you guys have noticed the fabric in this piece. That sort of almost disco-y checker pattern. I do think that is going to, it's either going to be really, really fun or a complete nightmare. And I haven't decided which one it's going to be yet. Picasso, welcome in. Thank you for, look at that little Bob Ross suspicious emote. Fantastic. Anyway, so there's some stuff in here that, oh, and then also the card crown is probably going to be terrifyingly difficult. But if I can pull it off, it'll be neat. That is one of those things that I say, like, yeah, it'll be cool if I can actually pull that off. Don't know if I'll be able to. But I actually didn't even draw out the pattern at all. Like, I'm not doing that. So I drew out the basic shapes of all of the cards. The card crown. I drew out some detail in the collar. Not that much because it tends to get very busy and confusing and difficult to draw. So I was like, you know what? We're going to figure it out once I start painting it, and we'll see if that strategy works or not. But ultimately, it is the strategy I've decided on, and we're just going to do our best. I did learn a lot from doing that teapot card painting, though. That was one of those pieces that I made a ton of mistakes on, including trying to do the card pattern and the actual card itself at the same time. And that ended up being a very, very bad choice, logistically. Trying to paint a base color while doing line work, I don't recommend it. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. So I didn't do that with this piece. So we'll see if that actually helps. I'm sure it will. I can't see it making it worse. But yeah, Picasso, how's your day going? I hope you are a super duper Stooble-dee-doo, super duper, flumble-dee-flu. All right, so we're also going to tibber tap the edge of the smoke just a little bit so it looks nice and soft, skadoodly-doo. Rick-a-doo-doo, rick-a-doo-doo. And then let's bring that in just a touch. Yeah, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to soften up all of the edges, bring these values together, come together right now over me. But yeah, Picasso, Mandelbrot, I hope you're both doing superdy, flooperdy, McSnooperdy. Thanks again, everyone, for hanging out and sticking with me through the break. What's everyone got on the docket for today? On the Schnipple docket, spippity bip bip bap. That didn't quite sound right though, but maybe I won't say that again. I love how this shadow looks, the little drop shadow from the mushrooms. It's so much fun. I am going to be pumping up the jam a tiny bit with those blue mushrooms. These mushrooms were, I made them using something called foam clay, which is it's a great product. I really like it. It works well. But I think I don't like the way it looks like a model. It doesn't look like a real mushroom to me. So I am probably, yet again, going to be making some changes to that as I go. Just some, maybe, I'm not going to add glow necessarily because I think that's going to be too much. Like, I think if I add a glow effect to them, there's just going to be too many things going on in the painting. So I'm not going to have them glow in the dark or anything like that. But I do want to add I do want to add some zippity pow to them though. Building a camera rig. Oh, cool. Family photos, my version of line work and base coat. Oh, that's really cool. Well, I hope that goes superty duperty for you, friend. Okay, then I'm going to go in and add a little bit more white to this. I want to make this nice. This is an incredibly soft gradation here, so I want to make sure that that looks super duper soft for the next layer. The next layer. And then same thing here. Definitely need to tip, tip, tap that. So how long have you been working on that, Mandel? I think there's a little too much contrast here. There is so much texture though in the fabric. Like I said, I didn't draw out most of it. There was very little point to doing that. So in this section alone, like I don't know how much you can see in the reference, but there's like a gajillion little sparkles in there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down like a flat black value and then just put the orange, because they're like little sparkly barkly orange spots. So I think I'm just going to lay down the black first and add the sparkleification on top of that and just go from there. I think that's what we're going to do. It makes sense to me. We're just going to try it and see if it heckin' works. There's going to be a lot of that in this painting. It's like, let's just try it and see if it works. For science. For experimentation and science. Brought to you by Trial and Error. Brewing last night. Got the tools out this morning. Fight against feature creep? Wait, what does that mean? What does feature creep mean? This is a new term for me. I've never heard that before. I've never been here before. that going. I think this could be a little bit more darkalicious. Let's do that. A term for when you keep adding features to something until it falls apart. What is... Oh my gosh. Yep. Okay. You know what's funny is that is totally a thing with art too. Fun. This is a brand new term for me. I mean, it's not fun. That sounds bad. But I like learning a new term. I do feel like I learn something new every single time I stream. Like I learn a new term or I learn something. I also learned today that Dumpling Fest is sold out, and it does make me very sad. Makes me sad, Mr. Frodo. Makes me sad. Mr. Frodo, Mr. Frodo! We could really get some good dumplings, Mr. Frodo. I think Samwise would appreciate a good dumpling. I really do. I think he would make a mean dumpling. I really do. I really do. Software development. Ah, well, nifty. That sounds really bad, and you don't want that to happen. But it's a cool sounding term. I will say that. All right, I do need to darken this up just a schnumbleglip. Schnumbleglip is a legitimate art term. Feel free to use it. Feel free. All right, let's add in, more general term is scope creep. Also sounds a little bit like a Batman villain. Scope creep, you know? I don't know. He's like, he has like a giant telescope that he like shoots lasers out of. I could see that. I could see that being a Batman villain. All right, kiddos, let's try to add in a little bit of our smoke. So this is kind of neat. I'm pretty excited about it. I feel like it's gonna look a little goobery, at least at first. Pre-production feature creep is when you're building the thing. Oh, okay, gotcha. In pre-production. Gotcha. Well, that's interesting. I did not know any of that. Ooh, yeah, that looks like a good color. And I see your true colors shining through. And I see your true colors. That's why I love you. All right, zippity bippity bop. I'm going to leave it as sort of a sharp edge for now. I just want to make sure that we get that color vaguely correct. As it goes over the lighter part, it becomes a little bit more transparent and a little less punchy. But as it goes into the darker section, it tends to look a little bit more intense, like camping. Haha, you totally get it. I want to make sure I don't contaminate it with that really dark shadow color. I don't want that to get dull. Like my hoot. As I breathed in, I actually breathed in a lock of my hair just now. Do not recommend. I need a haircut. The ironic thing is my hair's actually up right now, but there's like one strand in front that's hanging down, and it went directly into my mouth just now. Gross. Okay, we did get a little bit of schmutzeline structures in there. So I want to make sure that stays nice and clean. I should probably be using a smaller brush for this. Tee-hee! All right, there's a little bit of blue in here as well, so I'm going to use a teeny tiny little brush for that. Teeny itty bitty baby brush. Baby brush do 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 do, baby brush do 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 do, baby brush. Okay, and then it goes like, there we go. This is fun. I'm already really excited about this. All right, and I'm hoping that the blue and this sort of really strong pink will play well together. Sometimes it does. But because there's cadmium orange, it might fight a little bit with the blue, which is not, it won't be surprising, but you know. Okay, let's go in. Let's see how much more dull. That's going to be much more dull. So I'm actually going to take a little bit of my skull color, I'm going to dilute some of this pink with that. And that's too much. Let's go back in, add a little bit more of the pink. There we go. There is going to be a noticeable drop, though, in intensity as it goes over the lighter color, because it's just not going to stand out quite as much. So let's do that. I am leaving it super duper sharp for now, though. I'm going to tipper tap as I add the colors around this. Then I'm going to start to blend this out. But it's just going to start as a very, very sharp, bold shape. And then we'll kind of add that smokular effect. You're gonna be smoke-ular. And then it kind of floobles up like this. Are we playing a funeral song right now? I mean, I guess it's appropriate. We're painting a skull, but let's not do that. It's probably been playing this whole time. You okay, classical music? That's a little bit nicer. Okay. And then it kind of goes down, drops like this. I feel like this doesn't come up high enough. Sorry, guys. I got to do another quick little measure here. I just want to make sure that the eye socket is in proportion. So let's do from there. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Sometimes I don't always trust the drawing that I did. If I'm trying to do these drawings quicker than maybe I should, I do always really carefully check things as I go, but there is a real possibility that I'm like, I'll figure it out later. I have done that before. And then I'm like, oopsie daisy, I don't know what the heck I drew here. And then there's a nice little streak of blue that goes through this as well. So I want to make sure I get that. Yup. Oh my gosh. Yup. I do that all the stinking time with these drawings too. I'm like, it'll be fine. I'll remember what I did. The answer to that is always a resounding, future or past me is a jerk. Okay, and then it kind of pinkles back up right here. Gets a little bit more bold again. This is going to be quite a wild ride. These colors get so insane as we get further out into the black. Like, some of these color mixes. How do I zoom in? Nope. I think I just deleted that. No, I didn't. All right. How do I zoom in? I don't actually know how to do that. Does anyone know? No, it is going to be really fun. I don't know how to zoom in, but like some of the way that the colors interact with each other is completely insane. Especially if you really zoom in, there's like orange right next to teal, right next to purple, and like it is going to be insanity, but like in a fun way though, in a super fun way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to really getting. Is it on Instagram? No, it's in OBS. I wanted to zoom in, but I couldn't. I know there's like it's like control something, and but I don't remember what it be and what it do. Yeah, I'm not 150% sure, but hello, Glinsky Art. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Control scroll wheel? Let's see. Nope. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. I'll figure it out later. But thank you. Glinsky, how the heck are you doing, friend? Welcome in. We are starting a brand spank-skadoodly painting today. Of course, based off of Alice in Wonderland. What have you been up to? How is life? I hope you're super. A super duper. So the funny thing is, people have definitely told me how to do that on here, and I forget every single time. Every single time. Okay, and then there's another blue flurbity bip up here. I'm also trying to make sure that the swirls of colorful smoke look very soft, very organic, because I literally, what I did was I took the card arch in the reference, I cranked the saturation up to full, I think it was the hue and the saturation up to full, and then I sort of smeared, or I used the smudge tool and the blur tool to create that sort of smoke effect in GIMP. So some of it does tend to look a little bit too sharp, maybe, and maybe not the most flowy pattern for the color. So I am trying to make sure that it looks like it flows throughout. Moved to New York over a year ago. Oh, that's awesome. Aw, thank you, Glinsky. Well, I am so glad you're doing well. You're enjoying life. You're enjoying your new home. How neat is that? But yeah, it's been pretty great working on some super duper fun projects over the last few years. Just really enjoying some large scale projects, lots and lots of little projects as well. One of the main projects we've been working on since the beginning of 2025 has been this piece. This is a 2 foot by 2 foot hyperrealism piece, again, based on Alice in Wonderland, because I have a problem. And we are a little less than halfway done with it. So we just finished up the whole first layer on the second chunk of it. I'll be working on this until that section's done off stream, and then in a month or two, it'll come back to Twitch. So in the meantime, we are working on this new piece. And this is the reference that we created last year for it. So right now we're working on the skull section. We're starting with something a little bit easier, and I figured the skull looks pretty easy before we jump into the faces or the cards or anything like that. So this is going to be another long-term project. So we're starting very small, very simple, just working on the skull and all the smokely dokelies, and yeah, super duper duper fun. I'm really excited about it. Some of these colors are going to just be straight out of the tube, boss. So I'm going to take a little magenta, just pure magenta, and I'm going to drag it over that sort of brown value for the eye socket. I'm going to do that a couple of times, just so I have something to blend into. And thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. But yeah, what have you been working on, friend? I'm really glad you're enjoying life and you're doing good. That makes me so happy to hear. Bippity boppity be there. Yeah, I'm going to take basically pure magenta straight out of the tube.
I'm gonna use it straight out of the tube. I don't think you're supposed to do that, but here we are.
Sometimes you literally just have to. I can't even, there have been times I've used colors just directly out of the tube because I needed something so saturated. Saturamufflated. And this is one of those times, my friends. We're gonna just really slather on that magenta. Breakfast of Champions. Magenta directly out of the tube. Here come happy tubular. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here. Grab some magenta and just do a little Zippity bippity bop. So then hopefully the idea is when I tibber tap this lighter pink out, it's going to not get muddy because you have a nice little, almost like a buffer color to blend into. So I'm adding like a little streak of that pure color. So then when I blend out, has found the perfect religion. What is it? This is a cliffhanger. What is it? Religion that exists only as an excuse to say no to social obligations due to religious reasons. Oh my gosh. An introvert's dream. One of the funniest things I saw online was it's like a text thread, or supposed to look like a text thread, and they ask someone to go out and they're like, let me ask my cat, and they're like, what? And then it's like, he says no. Oh, fantastic. That is truly an introvert's dream. An introvert's dream boat. And oh, dream weaver, I believe you can get me through. I think those are called monks. Cloistered monks, to be specific. Or wait, is that the right word? Or is that cloistered nuns? What? Or is that the same thing? I don't know. Either way, it works. It works either way. Bum 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 bum. All right. I do want to make sure that anywhere where this smoke do be, we have something to blend it out into. I think one of the things that would be maybe kind of bad is if I leave any of those edges super duper sharp. If you leave an edge sharp in an oil painting and you're going for a really soft, smokular look, you are sort of making it a little bit harder on yourself because you're going to be fighting that sharp edge on the next layer. So anytime I want something to be super duper duper soft, I make my Jiminy Cricket, I do my Jiminy Cricket best to make sure that I really, really plan ahead and blend out those edges. So anywhere that you're going to have something that's really soft, almost smoky, or a really long, smooth gradation, definitely do your tibber tapping do's. Okay, don't leave it super duper sharp because you're going to pay for it later. And ah. All right, let's go in with, you say no to things because it's against my religion, unpaid overtime, unwanted social engagements, pretty much anything you don't want to do. Man, flippin-tastic. That sounds pretty great. If there's a commission I don't want to do, I'm going to say no for religious reasons. I'm totally going to do that. All right, this needs a little bit of that mirage. Oh, fantastic. I don't know why, but this music really seems to fit. Is this the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy? I don't know why, but it seems oddly appropriate for what we're painting. Or maybe it's just because it's a nice contrast to what we're painting. I'm not sure. Whatever you do, though, in life, just make sure you wash your hands. That's the best advice I can give you. And these two things are almost the same value. It's like that sort of dull value. To be honest, I can't really hear the music. Oh, is it really, really quiet? It fits. Well, you know the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, obviously, because you do all that interpretive dance soaps. That would be perfect to do interpretive dance to, BT dubs. By the way, so like I was mentioning earlier, Digi had a really cool shoot yesterday at the Milwaukee Ballet, and we were photographing the director, whose name is Michael Pink, and he's super funny, but like the first time I met him, he seems very intimidating at first, but he's actually a really funny, kind of goofy guy. But we were doing a very, very elaborate shoot yesterday, and they have what's called the summer intensive happening right now. So there's all of these classes with anywhere from like little kids doing ballet to like, you know, almost adults. And so they were watching us do this completely bizarre photo shoot, and it was really funny. It was a good time. But it was really cool because, you know, when we were getting set up and stuff, there was a lot of classes going on, and I really love ballet. I think it's just the epitome of grace. She's beauty and she's grace. Anyway, so it was really cool. It was a neat shoot. And yeah, good times. Good times. Yeah, it was super rushed though. We only had like less than 2 hours to get everything set up, do the photo shoot, get everything taken down again. So it was a pretty crazy time, but I think it went well. He got some really cool shots. So hopefully, you know, at some point y'all will see that on the Instant Grandma. And if you guys are not following Digi Squatch on the Instant Grandma, he is a, oh my gosh, that scared me so bad. Sky, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow. Nice to see ya. Woo, did that scare me? I don't know why. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that, Leafy Sheeps. So if you guys are not following DigiSquatch on the Instant Grandma, he is a fantastical photographer. He does freelance stuff. He does fine art stuff. So this is his Instant Grandma. He does a lot of like artifact stuff too, like with fossils and arrowheads and antiques, and it's just really cool. Also, this is a photograph of a guy juggling. This was on in a couple magazine copies. Also, look at these baby tigers. We got to do a shoot last year where we basically got an inside tour of the zoo, and we got super duper close to these baby tigers. I was a little bit scared because they do have murder mittens, but they're so cute. I love them so much. This is also the same day we got to pet Christopher. And in case you missed it, who Christopher is. Christopher is a baby albino deer that we got to pet. This is him. This is his beautiful face and his pink little nose, and he was literally a puppy. He liked chin scratches, and I love him so flippin' much. Anyway, so if you're not following Digi, that's the kind of wonders you can see on there. He also helps me take all of my photo references. So all of the stuff that I paint from, Digi helps me photograph. So he's super duper, very, very skilled, has some really cool shots. If you guys want to follow an awesome photographer, check out Digi's Instant Grandma. Thank you again for sharing, Leafy Sheeps. Leafy Sheeps. Leafy Sheeps. Leafy Sheeps. All right, and then, so then it's going to start to get really, as it goes outside of the skull and into the shadow nose, it is going to start to get super duper duper saturated again. Oh no, I forgot to take my vitamin this morning. I'll do that after stream. Okay. I think that needs to be quite a bit darker though. All right, there's a little shadowy bop that goes right in here. That quinacridone violet is pretty stinking fantastic. I'm pretty psyched about that. I have enough for like 15 years too. And you know, you might think, you're exaggerating. No, I'm not. This is the tube of that I have. It is a 5-ounce tube of oil paint. So far, I have used 1 scoop from this tube, and it was about the size of a pea. Yeah, so I'm guessing that this is going to last me, I don't know, 10 years at least, because it's such a saturated color, you don't need a lot of it. So that's pretty sweet. Also, I just discovered this color. This is phthalo green blue shade, and it is almost radioactive in its intensity. You mix that with a little cadmium green and you are looking at actual neon, but without the light fade. Like it won't fade over the course of a year, unlike fluorescent and neon colors. I'm not a fan of neon. I mean, in a way I do love neon colors because I think they look really cool. The issue with them is they don't last. It's one of those things that those colors will fade super duper fast. So it's good to know. And if you're also looking for a super knowledgeable oil painter here on the Twitchy Twitch, I'm Painting Badly is a phenomenal oil painter here on the Twitch, incredibly knowledgeable and skilled. So if you have questions about especially specific pigments, Badly is the one to ask. Casey started calling him I'm Painting Goodly, and I really like that, so I've started calling him that too. All right, let's do a little bit of tip tapping on this smoke and see how it looks. So I am going to actually get a clean tapper brush here. All right, I need one more brush. Bill Nash, hello, because that's not me. How's it going, Bill? Welcome in. Okay, let's do some bippity snippity snops. Guess that one. We'll go with that one. But yeah, happy Friday. Wait, it's Friday? It's Friday. Heck yeah. I didn't know it was Friday. That's awesome. Okay, I almost feel like this brush might be too big, but we'll go with it. All right, let's do some tipper taps. Nah, that brush is way too big. It's too big, too scary. Me no likey. All right, let's switch to this brush. But yeah, what are you up to today, Bill? Hope you're having a super duper quote unquote Friday. I'm going to try to keep this as clean as I possibly can. We are starting a brand spank skadoodly doo painting. Here's the reference for those of you who are just joining. This is the reference that we're working on. So we're on the right eye socket, our right, its left of the skull. Skull. Do you guys remember, for those of you who are fans of Halo 2, there was a gameplay version where essentially you had to hold on to a skull for as long as you could, and whoever had the most time at the end of the round wins. Yeah, that was a good version. But whoever had the skull would just start screaming, skull. So that's all I can think of. Anyway, none of you needed to know that, but I thought I would share it with you because it's like one of my core memories. Starting to look nice and soft. I'm probably going to have to do another application of the pink just to clean up the center of it. And with first layers, actually just in general, value is much more important than color. So I am going to lose a little bit of this punch, which is totally fine as long as the value is looking overall correct. You can always increase the punch and the pippity zippity pow on the next layer. So I'm not going to worry too much if we lose some of that pink. As long as that value is looking good, then I'm going to be happy with that for a first layer. Now, if it starts to really, really lighten up too much from manipulating the paint, I'll go back in and I'll add a little bit more that I can work from. But yeah, making sure that the value looks correct is really, really important on that first layer. And making sure it doesn't look overly choppy or there's too much sharpness or whatever. So you do want to make sure that it looks nice and soft and the correct value. All right, I did add some of that. Was that magenta? No, it was violet. I added some of that violet right here so I could tip or tap this without it turning too brown. Value, then color, because a super colorful painting can still be bad if the values don't read right. That's so true. Big Weird Animal, who's in the chat quite a bit, he's a legend. Anyway, he says that all the time. Color gets all the glory, but value does all the work. Easel out there with the fact. But it's so true, though. And I think with these really, really super saturated colors, I think there is the tendency to go a little bit too light and not assertive enough with the value. So it's super important to get that right. Now, if I were doing this, which I wouldn't, but if I tried to do this in one layer, a way to sort of get around that issue with it getting too transparent, because usually typically the more punchy and bright the color, like your magentas, yellows, blues, purples, they tend to be very transparent. Not always, but a lot of the time they tend to be very transparent paint. So it doesn't have the best coverage. So one way, if you're doing this in one layer, which again, I don't think I would ever attempt to do that because that would be so difficult. And that's just, like I do alla primas, but I don't think that's in my skill set. Anyway, you could put the paint on very heavily. Like you could put on a super thick layer of paint. Now, the trade-off with that is if you're trying to hide your brushwork, that tends to get very difficult the thicker the paint. So if you have really, really thick paint, it's really hard to hide your brushwork, which again is something that I do with this style of painting. So the thicker the paint, the harder it is to sort of disguise that. All right, then with this, we're also going to go in and really smoke this out. Smokeify it. And the softer I can get this, the better, because I'm going to set myself up for a little bit of an easier time next time. Spitting, I'm dropping sick beats and spitting facts. Is that what I'm doing right now? I am DJ Beat Weasel, so keep that in mind. DJ Beat Weasel. Doo doo. All right, guys, we're gonna go for about another 15 minutes. I'm also going to be back tomorrow, and we will be working on the Nazgul corn. My goal is to finish that painting tomorrow. Maybe we can do it. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be working on. Same time at 1 Central of Iowa. Heck yes. Heck to the yarr. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. So we're going to be working on the Nazgul corn. Next Tuesday's stream should be at the regularly scheduled time. Nazgul corn. Classic. Listen. Nothing wrong with a classic Nazgul corn. Who did that thing? Glinsky? Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. You only get one. There can be only one. would you like a doodle to thank you for your sub? I really appreciate the support. How neat is that? That's pretty neat. All right, let's do more tibber taps. Get that nice and softy skadoodly doo. He's Googling it. Well, okay. Since I think I posted that on my Discord. I want to post the finished piece on Instant Grandma. Where the heck is... Oh, there it is. So this is the progress. Oh, thank you, friend. That is so, so kind, Glinsky. I really appreciate it. So here's the Nazgulacorn. It's sparkly. It's got all the colors of the wind. Anyway, so we just have to finish the unicorn body. And of course, the sparkly river of lava, which every piece really should have. And it's got rainbows, it's got sparkles. And then once it's all dry and I varnish it, I'm going to sprinkle a little glitter into the varnish because it just needs a little bit extra, you know? Look on his face. He's questioning everything. If I can make you question reality, then I've done my job. Honestly, I've done my job. But Glinsky, again, thank you so much. You only get one prime. You only get one prime on here on the Twitchiverse. Amazing. Thank you. And also, if you guys don't know, Crack 3D Fox Studio came up with the idea for a Nazgul riding on a unicorn, Lisa Frank style. Heck to the yeah. So thank you again for the fantastic inspiration. Fox, you come up with the best ideas. It's amazing. Just consistently good ideas, too. They're so great. So, so, so great. I need a print when you finish. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. You are getting a print for sure. But, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited to work on that again. It's been a couple of weeks. Well, what happened was I slathered on so much paint the last time I worked on it that it took, let's just say, longer than expected for it to dry. So it's finally dry enough to work on. So perfect, perfect, perfect. We'll be doodle bopping around with that tomorrow. But yeah, so we're gonna raid out in about 10 minis. I'm gonna keep working on this little puppy for easily a few hours, but I do need to bop out and get some food. No idea what I'm gonna eat, but ooh, you know what I might do? I might make myself a mini pizza. I love frozen pizza. Is it probably not the best thing to eat? Probably not, but it's delicious and it's incredibly easy. And yeah, you can doctor it. It's delicious. It's delish. Off your energy, and then you actually paint them. I only do 2% of this because you're bringing it to life. You know what you are is you are the beautiful little sunflower seed that then grows into a nightmarish sunflower. And it's so beautiful, and it's the circle of life. I live on frozen pizza. I flippin' love frozen pizza. They make these little itty-bitty mini DiGiorno pizzas, and they cost like less than $4. And they have cheese in the crust, and it's great. And it takes like 20 minutes to make. And I love it, and it's super duper duper easy. And anyway, I love them so much, and I haven't had them for a really long time. And now I've kind of gone into a bit of a frenzy with them. It's a problem, you know. I mean, is it a problem or is it a solution? I think we all know what the truth is here. And I am quite hungry. So guys, let's actually, why don't we go ahead and bippity bop out and find someone to raid. $5, half my calories. It's beautiful. It's the best compliment. I love that so much. And instead of soaking up the sun, we soak up nonsense. And it's so beautiful, Crack. It's so beautiful. And you are so beautiful to me. I love it. I could cry. It's so beautiful. I could cry. That's right. How did you get here before us? And how did we, Kronk? I don't know. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense. All right, why don't we... Who should we go see here? I mean, there's always the fantastical... This is so beautiful. I think we need a painting of this. Ooh, you know who I haven't seen in one schnump gajillion years is Mike May Art. If you guys don't know Mike, he does the most incredible fantasy art, and I haven't seen him stream in 84 years. So let's go see my friend Mike. Super duper 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 amazing artist. All right, so we are gonna do a bit of a raid skadoodle, my friends, and it's Mike May Art. This is our raid call and our sub raid call. If you guys want to copy that down and spam the chat, it just makes it a little bit more fun. Let's do our end credits. Thank you again, Klinsky and Prue, so much for the subbies. Thank you, Chumpy, for the raid. Thank you, Sky, for the follow. I really appreciate that. And as always, to everyone over on the Patreon, thank you for your amazing support. Unfortunately, I am, again, not going to be able to stream this Saturday, due to a prior commitment in the morning. So, there will not be a stream again this weekend, so I do apologize for that. We are going to be getting back to normal around August 1st, and then we should have more live streams. Bing bong, bye-bye. I love that. Leaf Sheeps, thank you for sharing my Patreon. My Patreon only costs $1 to join, so if you want to help support my work and help keep my lights on, it's always deeply appreciated to everyone joins. Even if you join for free, I do some free posts over there as well. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be back tomorrow, 1 Central. I'll see you over by Mike. Come spread some love. He is amazing, and you will not regret it. And thank you to my mods. You guys are amazing. All right, I love y'all. Bye!